Foods Behind the Foods listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Chubbies, my friends. If you see me in cute little shorts, you already know it's my Chubbies. Chubbies is the home of the ultra, I made up a new word, ultra cozy comfort clothes that'll keep you feeling warm and looking better as the weather gets progressively worse and worse. But just because the weather gets worse, it doesn't mean you gotta look like the weather. You gonna look poppin', beautiful, and cutesies, especially if you chubby like me. That's why I love my Chubbies. Check it out, my friends. Check out their website for the best deals of the year. Folks, for a limited time, our friends at Chubbies are giving our listeners 20% off with the promo code DUDES20 at checkout at chubbyshorts.com. Once again, that's 20% off your order with the promo code DUDES20. Support our show and tell them we sent you. This holiday season, gift yourself and your loved ones Chubbies.
Yo, this holiday season, let's play some games, all right? DraftKings is offering a warm welcome to new players with $100 instantly in casino credits with just a $10 wager. Plus, everyone can get in on the action with a holiday reward every week. So sign up with code DUDEFOODS because the holiday cheer is here, only on DraftKings Casino.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Opt-in required. Casino credits are non-withdrawable and expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos.
Dudes behind the foods. Yo, it's the dudes behind the foods. Dudes behind the foods. Yeah, it's the dudes behind the foods.
That's actually really fucking good.
Okay.
Hello. It's me. I'm going to do this whole podcast in a Chinese American accent. Welcome to do the behind the foods. Food is an American right.
You know what? I do really bad Asian accents. I can't do it.
Try a Vietnamese one right now. Say, hello, my name is Timothy.
Wait.
With a Vietnamese accent.
No, my only way I can do a Vietnamese accent is to mimic other homies who I know who do Vietnamese accents. So all I can think of to say is like, "Hey, what's up, men? Wait, what's up, men? What's up, hey, men? Hey, men? What that, men? what you doing, man? Hey, man."
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's because I have to focus on just like the other homies doing accents because like I can't just think of doing it. You know what I'm saying?
You have to just do the accent, man. They do it anyway. It don't matter, man. It don't matter.
It don't matter. Okay, so if I get the do make
basically you have to sound like you're drowning underwater. And you have to do the sing, man.
Okay. See now when you do that, my first
You have
to do that, man. All I think of is fucking Joe doing the uncle character.
But that's literally what it is.
Yeah, I know. And like that's my only frame of reference for it because I didn't grow up around old Vietnamese men.
Like, just for example, when we do this, obviously mine's not amazing, right? But I'm only basing it off of like Vietnamese uncles that I've heard. Mm-hmm. And this is like to the extreme amount, right? It's like these goofy uncles that don't speak English very well, but they have a really good personality.
Yeah.
So they keep trying to speak English and roast you. So they are confident in their English, even though it's not that good.
Yeah.
So you'll hear variations of this. I think most people won't hear like Vietnamese elders speak that much, right? But you'll have like a couple of funny, like you'll see this guy, his name is Chu Hai on Instagram, right? He's like this guy, it's a black dude and a OG like Vietnamese guy, and they do fishing content together.
Okay.
It's my favorite channel to watch right now. This guy's fucking hilarious because he reminds me of all those like crazy uncles I grew up around.
Yeah.
And this guy, he just keeps just yapping about everything. He goes, "Hey man, you have to see the fish here, huh? You have to see the fish here, huh? You don't even know what to do with the fish here, huh?" Just this crazy guy. He has like missing teeth.
Yeah.
That's the characters that we're basing it off of, like the extremes.
Where is fucking soy tiet from?
Soy tiet.
You know what that is? 41, 42, 43. Where is he from?
He's from Vietnam. Yo, I forgot about that guy. Happy birthday, 41, 42, 43, 42, 41. You are so beautiful to me today.
Have you heard his talking bit? He's like, "Ho, how we doing today? Ho." Have you heard it, dog? He's so funny.
You got the hand mannerisms down.
"Ho, so beautiful.
That's good. That's really good.
I love that fool.
Yeah.
I ordered a cameo from him to promote the No Chaser show.
That's amazing.
Oh, let me find it.
Oh, Soy Tiet, dude. That guy's the best. His teeth are crazy.
I'm surprised. He's probably making so much money, dog, doing
And it's
cameos.
American dollars.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that crazy? I'm surprised. You know what? Nah, he shouldn't even fix his teeth, man. He should keep that shit.
That's a part of his personality. You fix
Yeah,
those teeth, all the views go away.
Hold on, let me find it.
43, 42.
41. He got sampled by like Wiz Khalifa or some shit too. Here we go. This is No Chaser. Shout out.
41, 42, 43, 44, 45. No chaser for life show. January 28, I'm answering to you. Team Red, Lit, Blaze, Sexy, 2024. I love and I love you.
You know what's crazy about this guy? He's not tone deaf.
No, he can carry a tune,
He can
right?
actually carry it. His voice isn't that nice to listen to, but he could actually sing.
Bro, I think his voice is nice too. I think you get that motherfucker in the studio with the proper studio magic. Bangers. 100%, dog.
I got 42 bitches. 42, 41 bitches.
All right, so
Soy Tiet.
I ordered you some Thai food. This is something you've never had before. My mom has been telling me that this specific kind of curry has been ranked like one of the best, either the best Thai food or the best food in the world or some shit like that. It's called Masaman curry.
Masaman, brother.
Masaman. And
Masaman, I choose you.
and it is like,
it's like peanut butter looking.
oh yeah, bro. Hold on. Get a whiff. Oh yeah, it's nice and thick. It is it does smell peanut buttery, you know.
Oh, this smells fantastic.
This is my shit, dog.
41.
This is from Crispy Pork Gang, which we've ordered Thai food from before.
Crispy pork gang.
Crispy Pork Gang. I ordered you some beef, masaman, curry. This shit right here, dog. Oh man, if they did it right.
Masaman curry, brother. I don't know why it sounds Jamaican.
Jamaica. Here we go. Did I ever tell you that one of the songs, oh yeah, I mean we talked about it before, because like randomly when Veda was crying as a 2-year-old, I would put on No Woman, No Cry for Her, Bob Marley.
That's right.
And it still sticks with her to this day. Like when she the other day, bro, I was being loud or some shit, and I guess I scared her. She started crying in the car. I was like, baby, I'm sorry. I was just being stupid and yelling. She started crying. I was like, what happened? She's like, you scared me. I was like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. I was like, you want to put on a video or something? She was like, No Woman, No Cry. I was like, all right.
Wow.
So I put on No Woman, No Cry. She's just there in the back of the car, just eyes welled up with water, just looking out the window. I felt so bad, dog.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay.
This might be my go-to curry now from Thai restaurants.
Masaman curry is the guy. Let me tell you. See, my mom does it. My mom does the masaman with a little with a like fattier beef. When you get like a fatty beef chunk to really like mix in with this curry broth, it's like ooh, popping.
Is Mama Chambalongsu's gonna make this for a Thanksgiving Longsu's?
I can tell her, dog. David's probably gonna pull up to my house for Thanksgiving, because he's not going back home, and I told him that Chia's family will be in town for Thanksgiving, so my mom's gonna cook a big old dinner. I was like, Brett, pull up. She will definitely do something special. You already know. See, I wanted to what I saw on the menu at this other restaurant, which I wanted to have today, was an oxtail masaman, because I knew that like fatty beef would have went so well with this curry. But
Wow. Oh, oxtail in this would have went crazy.
I know.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
Wow. Oh, yeah. This is amazing. Funny tip! You know who the original soy tiet is? Hitman Breaker of the Eye.
Oh, you know what? You told me about him, but I don't think I've seen.
I think what happened is, and this is my guess, is that he was really enjoying these videos and he was getting a lot of views. He didn't know that people were making fun of him.
Oh.
I think when he found out, dude, you put Hitman Breaker of the Eye is the first thing that pops up. Here is him. We have to do one with, happy birthday. Here we go.
YouTubers are gonna sing happy birthday to you.
I used to send this to everybody on their birthday. It's coming.
Filipino guy?
Filipino. Kind of looks like my cousin.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh my God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my dear friend.
Oh my God.
Happy birthday to you.
You know what's crazy about people like him? If he popped off nowadays, he'd be rich.
Rich.
Isn't that crazy, dog?
Way before his time.
Yeah.
Way before his time.
It's crazy that, like, you know, these random people, early internet, they kind of just like, they go viral once and they fuck off into obscurity forever. We just kind of look back on these videos, right? But nowadays, you can really spin it. You're an influencer. You're making money. Shit. Like I said, someone might even get him in the studio. You know, he would have really done other shit, you know?
You know what? People have told me, I'm not sure if this is true. I don't think it is, but they said that I'm one of the fathers of ranting. Because I don't know if that's true necessarily. I'm pretty sure other people are doing it, right?
Yeah.
But it was like, people were doing like vlogs where they would like talk about subjects. Like, oh, this is growing up, they'll have subjects. But I would just
duck as well.
I would just be, oh man, I got distracted. But I would just be like, you know, roasting and making fun. And I don't think that was a thing that people were doing. Which you're not, when we started YouTube, we weren't thinking about that. We were just doing whatever. And then, a few people came and was like, he goes, I remember like watching you and everybody was doing clean content. Like they were just talking about whatever. But he was like, you were doing like shit that you would do in your neighborhood, which is like make fun of people and roast people. And I was like, oh shit, I never thought about that. That like you were one of the first. I was like, oh.
I mean, even if we talking about ranting, bro, like, yes, Kev Jumba, Niga Higa, they would do their rants, they would get their rants off, but people weren't ranting the way you and me were ranting.
Exactly.
You
like,
know what I'm
we
saying?
were that, you know.
Like, I hit the occasion, you know, I was doing a lot of sketches, but I would hit the occasional, like, to this day, people still come at me, quote to me, like, because I did a rant about how much I hate Facebook, and I preferred MySpace. I did another rant about how much I hate house music, and, like, shit like that, you know. When we would just talk our shit, really resonated with people, you know?
I think this is how regular people would talk, right? Like if you're talking with your homies, like you're just saying things, like you're not thinking about the high relatability. It's just like, I wonder if people feel this way.
I mean, that's why we kind of, you know, we appealed to just a different demo of people.
Degenerates.
That maybe didn't see themselves in Kev Jumbo, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
And that's why we were, you know, we popped off with our audience, you know, so because to like Asian people, I think in the beginning, especially of YouTube, and I've talked about this before, it's like I love that there was a lot of us getting attention on YouTube in the early days, Kev Jumba, Niga Higa, Wong Fu. But I think, you know, there was you and me who were hitting those pockets of like, oh, okay, I'm not necessarily like, you know, squeaky clean. And I'm not like, for me, I felt like I needed to make videos because I was like, I'm not awkward around women, you know? And I felt like even though I love those dudes for what they did, that just wasn't my vibe. I was like, oh, like, yeah.
That's very true.
You know what
I
I'm
never
saying?
thought about that because their thing was like kind of self-deprecating about how they're nerds and dweebs. They don't know how to talk to women, blah, 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 blah. And you never did that because you weren't like that.
Yeah, because that wasn't my truth.
Oh,
you know?
that's very interesting.
And I was kind of like, even though I loved that we were getting some type of representation, I was like, hey, that's great, but that doesn't represent me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, let me kind of just show the world that we're not all necessarily awkward around women, you know?
Did you ever think about when you were, doing those times where we're thinking about content, about doing content like that? Because it would probably resonated with people, or just like, that's just not me, I can't do it.
Both. Because I was like, I never thought about like, oh, maybe I should do something that would appeal more to like, let's say Kev Jumba's crowd or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna do me. And because I felt like I had my own perspective to share, and I'm like, if people can fuck with this, then hopefully they fuck with it,
Yeah. Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, man.
You're a man of your values. You know what I mean?
I just, at the end of the day, man, I feel like I may not be the funniest person. I may not be the cutest boy in the whole world or the tallest, but I know how to be myself.
Yeah.
I think that's all I can do to the best of my ability. And me being me, and as cliche as it sounds, ain't no one else out there like me.
Ain't nobody a Timothy.
So I can do what I do from the Mountain Dew. Do-da-do, Miss Swan. Lake Shore. Lakeshore Productions. Sure. For sure. And 7 years ago. The end.
Give me some rice. Give it a go. Comedy, Pauly Shore.
Ooh.
Whoa, treasure. A gift, island washed up a shore. Sand, shells, seashells by the sea shore. Whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, way to save it, David. So,
Thank you.
whoa, way to save it, David. Affidavit.
Sign it.
Hey, fellas, are you spending the holidays with your new partner's family and want to make a good impression? Well, you can make a great first impression with Chubbies, okay? Chubbies is perfect for nailing that holiday look while keeping things relaxed and fun. From family dinners to holiday parties, Chubbies has you covered so you can focus on being yourself and letting the good vibes roll. All right, check this out. The Chubbies flannel overshirt combines the look of a classic flannel with the warmth of your coziest sweater. I love mine. It's soft, it's comfortable, the color's pretty. It's the perfect layering piece, warm, stylish, and versatile, enough to wear all season long. I love it for real. I really do. I just wore it to a baby shower yesterday. It was lit, all right? So check out their website for their best deals of the year. Folks, for a limited time, our friends at Chubbies are giving our listeners 20% off with the promo code DUDES20 at checkout at chubbiesshorts.com. That's 20% off your order with the promo code DUDES20. Support our show and tell them we sent you. This holiday season, gift yourself and your loved ones Chubbies. Yeah, I think the first video I saw from you was the UCLA video.
That one changed
the rant.
my whole fucking life, dude.
Yeah.
Literally changed my whole life. I didn't know you could make money off of this stuff. My only goal was to do comedy and make a living off of it. So it was just to boost my stand-up. And then I actually had this conversation with Bart. He's the one who actually got me to stay on YouTube. Because I didn't want to do YouTube anymore after like the first year or two. So you make a couple of bags, you make some money, and then it's like, nah, I just want to do stand-up. So I'm just gonna leave this shit and only do stand-up. And then, Bart asked me, he goes, I'm not even sure he remembers this conversation. He goes, well, why did you go into comedy? He's like, I just like the way it feels when I can make somebody laugh and it makes me feel good. And he goes, well, then why does it have to be stand-up? You could do that through YouTube too, so what's the difference? And I'm like,
Bars.
oh shit. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter what format it is in. If your purpose is just to make people laugh, then you could do that here. And it's a better choice because at the time, stand-up people weren't using social media. It took like 10 years for that to happen.
That's why I never really got into it. I felt like, okay, I'm just beginning to make money on YouTube. I had a little itch for stand-up, like a little itch, but I thought like I knew how this shit worked. I know that like a stand-up was getting maybe like $50 a set, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
To
like,
this day, they still are.
say what? Yeah. And I'm like, I really what do I want to do? Let me fucking focus on one thing. You know what I'm saying? And I went the internet route.
And I think at the time, it's like, being like a YouTube comedian, like in the stand-up world, was looked down upon. They're like, "Oh, you're not a real stand-up. You're not even really funny. The only reason why you're funny is because of these jump cuts."
Yeah.
And you would hear that shit all the time, see it in those comments, do it without jump cuts. And that used to piss me off because I was already a stand-up for many years already.
Right.
And it's like, you're only hearing like debunked stand-up shit that I use too much or wouldn't be funny if I did it, but if I cut it up and chopped it up in a relatable way, it was usable.
Yeah.
But I would bomb using these sets. So it's like, you can't even say that shit to me.
You know, I think there's look, I've said many times, I respect the art of stand-up so much. You know what I'm saying? I grew up just watching stand-up specials all the time because, for one, you know, Comedy Central would only play stand-up specials and South Park, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I used to just watch them all day. But also I feel like there's an art to jump cuts, you know? I feel like there's a way to do it that's funny, and there's people that do it better than other people, you know what I'm saying? And like when I would be editing videos, I think you kind of, when you really get into it, like there's ways where you're like, oh, you almost plan for the jump cuts. You feel me? It's like your own like way of writing something and planning something to be funny, you know?
There was a guy that would do like Facebook videos, and it was a black comic. But one of the biggest comments that used to say about him is like, he's only funny on Facebook.
Right.
Let's see him do stand-up. Stand-up, infinitely funnier.
Really?
And I remember he put up a post. I can't remember his name, but he does really relatable shit. And people used to always tag me on stuff. It's like, you guys should collab. I'm like, no, he's way funnier than me. I was like, he's hella funny.
Yeah.
Like, he don't need me. But he would kind of do like these rants or whatever. And then he started putting up his stand-up clips. I was like, oh, he's even funnier in stand-up.
Hilarious.
Way funnier. And he put it on a post. He goes, who don't got jokes? I'm like, yeah, you can't say shit to this guy. He could do it all. You know what I mean? And I think like, there was just a lot of hate in the beginning because it's just like, oh, we've been grinding every day. We're not making checks. You do these little jump cuts. Let's see you do real comedy.
Right.
It's like, well, what if they said, I don't want to do stand-up. I like making videos. So why is that even in the same conversation? Like, I never understood that shit. It's like, well, if what they do is so easy, how come you can't do it?
Yeah.
Go do it. And they found out when they would try to do that stuff, they couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah, man.
It's just a different art.
Look, I went through like low-key the same kind of realization because, you know, it's funny because, and I'm sure I've told this before, but you know, when I got on Wild 'N Out, there was a comedian who was a traditional stand-up comedian who was on the old school Wild 'N Out, and one day he was on one, had Googled some shit, and was coming at us crazy on some, y'all don't deserve to be on this show with me type shit, right? And then me, as like an OG YouTuber, when Vine started popping off, I remember feeling like a hater, being like, who the fuck are these kids with their 6-second videos? I've been grinding, doing this shit for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? They come up here with these 6-second videos and they're in the same room as me, like being on the same hater level as this OG stand-up comedian, you know? Until I had to realize like, wait, nah, man, there's enough people out there to find whatever they find funny. There's enough money out there for everybody. Like, I am not good at Vine. I tried that shit. I couldn't really do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who am I to be mad at somebody for finding their own way to pop off, get laughs, get money? That just makes me a fucking bitter ass like hater for no reason, you know?
Like the weirdest moment was when there was like this huge stint where people were like, King Batch isn't funny.
Right.
And I'm like, if he wasn't funny, the fuck there are so many people following them? It's like, you could say that you don't personally find him funny, but I think his work speaks for itself. And we're not talking about the Chipotle bag stuff, all that other shit. Right. Those are some completely different stuff, right? And you could clown him on that. Yeah. But to say like, he doesn't deserve any of his success was a stupid fucking conversation. Like, I would never say that about him. I could personally say, and not saying that's what I'm saying, but I could be like, yeah, I don't find his stuff funny. And that's valid. Yeah. But you can't say he doesn't deserve his shit. You can't say like anybody could do what he does, because that's not true at all.
Because then where their followers at?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a weird, hateful place to be at. And one of my homegirls, who's still an actress now, I'm not sure if we're still friends, but she was feeling a certain way about Viners, and this is before TikTok, so it was just Viners, right? And probably some YouTube people too. Yeah. And every time we would talk, this is the one thing I don't like. I don't like people who complain about what other people do when they're successful, but you're not doing anything. So for her, she was saying like, oh, all these Viners, like they're in these audition rooms with me, and they're getting these opportunities, blah, 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 when they don't fucking deserve it. Yeah. And I'm like, look, and what I said to her is like, something along the lines. I don't remember the exact words, but it's like, you sitting here just hating on somebody for doing something that you can't do is pointless, right? And she took big offense to that, and she didn't talk to me for a while because of that, and I actually didn't know that was the reason. And then we met up. She kind of wanted to air it out. I just thought it was disrespectful. I was like, well, I'm not changing my opinion. Like, that person's not sitting in the room complaining about you, right? But you're complaining about them. And by the way, if your talent spoke for itself and you're so fucking good, you'll take their part. And I said too, what I said to her in that conversation too, was like, watch, they're not going to be around forever because they're limited in their talent and what you can do. They can't do what you do. You can't do what they do. So at the end of the day, it all works out.
The numbers will get you in the room, but if you can't act, you still can't act.
Exactly.
You're not gonna get the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's something I will always share about Batch as well, amongst the Batch hate, right? Is that, because that fool stays working. He stays booking things, and it's not just because of the numbers. Like, people will tell you, like, people who have, like, been in the room for shit like that will be like, yo, Batch went into this audition and like killed the audition. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he did like trash auditions and someone was like, oh, well, he got the numbers, so let's put him in the shit. Like, he kills that shit, like he does really well. There's a reason why he's constantly in some random Netflix movie.
By the way, he's auditioning for that shit.
Yes.
He's auditioning and he's booking it. Like,
yeah, man.
Does his following help? 100% it
For
helps
sure.
him a good amount. But he still has to be good. Now, every movie he's been in has been fucking garbage. But he's still good. He's still good.
Look, every movie I've been in has been fucking garbage. Thank God they weren't on Netflix because y'all ain't seen them shits. But they're not good, okay? and that's the thing about it, right? It's like, yes, when it got to the point where we would go on auditions and they would say name, height, how many followers you have, I know a lot of people were upset about that. But I always looked at it like, where people were saying, you don't deserve this opportunity or some shit. It's like, bro, now that the old school media is catching up to the new media, I feel like I've grinded online for 10, damn near 20 years now to just get my foot in the door, to be in the room. You know what I'm saying? If that doesn't deserve the opportunity, then suck my dick, homie.
You don't know me. What's that? The famous Will Smith line right now.
Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. I'm a Libra, but I identify as a Capricorn.
Why he don't love me?
How come he don't want me, man?
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
This duck tastes a little old, but it's cool. It's
The
cool.
sauce on the rice is fire though.
No, the sauce is great. The sauce is great.
And by the way, this duck tastes old. What's that famous Will Smith phrase? Man, this duck tastes old.
By the way, how come they didn't use fatty or beef in this masaman, man? But yeah, bro, pull up for Thanksgiving.
My mom cooked for me.
For 18 years, you never even sent me a damn appetizer. To hell with him.
That is acting.
Hug, throw hat,
Perfect.
close up on statue. Boom.
Have you ever done dramatic acting yet? For something you've been booked for?
What have I been booked for?
Like some dramatic acting.
Have I ever been booked for dramatic acting? I've been booked for like not funny.
Delicious.
Masaman curry. Not funny, but not necessarily dramatic. I was in a Halloween thing. It was like a YouTube Premium / YouTube Red thing years ago. And they were putting different YouTubers in like these one-off Halloween scary episodes. And I remember, and I've told this story. That should be the name. We changed this podcast to, I've probably told you this before. But I remember being on set and I was the YouTuber as part of this production, and I played my part. I got murdered and shit like that. And I remember this older white dude was like, "Hey, I just want to tell you, when they first told us we're gonna be filming with a YouTuber, I was like, oh man, what's this? What's this gonna be? And then you know what, man, you can act." And I was like, in my head, I was like, "Thank you, thank you for validating me, old white man."
And you're like, Who are you again?
I was like, how many followers you have, fucking old man, you old geezer?
Well, when I saw you, I was like, somebody get him the Metamucil.
Yeah. When I saw you, I said, change this guy's fucking diaper, huh?
He's like, I was giving you a compliment, guy.
Yeah, but nah. I don't think I can't remember doing anything like dramatic. But I've done like not funny. You feel me?
Dramatic acting, I say, for people who are funny, and I've heard this from casting directors that I got to do one-on-one meetings with.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it from, I would say, at least two. Can't remember their names exactly now. I don't really act anymore, but they said that comedians tend to be the better dramatic actors
Mm-hmm.
than a dramatic actor trying to do comedy.
I definitely believe that.
Yeah, and they're like, comedians just don't have this like shame. Right, and that translates into their dramatic acting. This is from casting directors.
They're not afraid to lay it all out on the table.
Yeah, so they don't feel weird.
Yeah.
Right, and they don't have to get into like a specific character as deeply. Because if you're not funny, you're not funny. But a funny person has felt sadness. You know, so they could tap that in more.
A funny person has felt sadness. Is that what you said? Yeah. Or some would say funny people are funny because they're
sad.
Yeah.
And so I started thinking about that, and she gave me an example. She goes, "Let's give you a great example. Look at Robin Williams, right? That man is the most damaged human being out there, but he's still one of the funniest
For sure.
And he's been able to do both. And they see that with a lot of like actors. It's like if they have a funny personality, they typically can do both better.
You know what I struggle with, dog? You know,
Gay scenes.
Well, yes, but you know, so of course there's always this stigma about like YouTube actors and internet actors being over actors, right? Because, you know, internet acting is like, you know, you kind of want to capture their attention. Like even in my skits and shit, like, I turn it up, right? Because I'm doing a fucking comedic YouTube skit, right? And so when I'm in the room for a real audition, I'm constantly in my head like, am I doing too much? And then, but sometimes I'll audition and I pull it way back and I'm like, oh, did I not do enough? Because, this was a funny part. Should I have exaggerated this a little more? Should I have done a little more? Should I have been funny? You know what I'm saying? And I'm always kind of going back and forth in my head. And bro, one time, dog, pre fucking pandemic, or whenever it was, I forget. But I auditioned for this movie and I remember thinking, and this was a low-key serious movie, right? Not like drama, but also not comedy. And I was like, you know, I was playing like a best friend. I auditioned for this shit. I was like, whew. I was so proud of my audition. I was like, I'm gonna tone this shit way down. I'm gonna like go in just real like, you know, just pull back with it, right? Did my audition. And then the casting director was like, okay, so we're gonna go for a little more grounded. Just pull it back. And I was like, in my head, I was like, what the fuck did I just do? I was like, was that not grounded?
Bro, that shit would have killed me. That would have hurt. That would have fucked me up.
Bro, and then I saw the actual movie recently, or I saw the clip of the guy that got the part. I'm like, he's barely even talking. He's not doing shit. Is that acting?
You're like, that's grounded? That's
like,
not saying anything.
He's not even moving. And look at me now. This is how I move, dog. This is me in real life.
The line is, please don't shoot me. I'm innocent. He's like, can you ground that more? But that shit me, I'm innocent.
And they're like, boom.
Whoa.
We got it.
The emotions that I saw in your eyes when you whispered that was fucking amazing.
Got it. Please don't kill me. I don't know, man. I'm working on it. That's some shit I need to work on. Cause
What was the line? Do you remember like what it was exactly?
It was a dude like, it was a dude that he was trying to tell his homie that he fucked up with his girl and he should like just something. I forget. But I remember like, you know, she kept having to give me notes and she was like, okay, well, remember, this is like your best friend. You're trying to talk him down. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I know.
Bitch, I fucking
Like,
know.
what you mean?
All right, I'm gonna give you a line, and I want you to give me your most grounded performance. All right. The line is, Robyn, let's think of a scenario where he could play a grounded character.
Okay, maybe like giving the really sincere, heartbreaking advice at the pinnacle point in the main character's journey.
Okay. Now let's be a little more specific, damn it, and then give me a scenario. Don't make me think of anything.
Okay. You are trying to decide if you should stay or go in your long-term relationship, David, and you're turning to Tim for advice.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ready?
All right.
You're hired.
It's the face that threw me off. Oh, shit. I got curry in my eye. Ow.
I had that face locked and loaded before you even started talking. Wait, as soon as you were like, give me a grounded, I was like, okay. Hey, man.
So, Robyn, is he hired?
Look at the real tears. Hey, man. We'll be right back.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yo, holidays on the house at DraftKings Casino. With this season's offerings, you'll unwrap everything on your list. Exclusive games, huge jackpots, and exciting rewards, all right? DraftKings is offering a warm welcome to new players with $100 instantly in casino credits with just a $10 wager. Plus, everyone can get in on the action with a holiday reward every week. So sign up with code DUDEFOODS because the holiday cheer is here, only on DraftKings Casino.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Opt-in required. Casino credits are non-withdrawable and expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos.
Oh, my God.
I don't know, man. Maybe I need acting lessons or something, bro. But like, you know, but
I'm still laughing. Oh, shit.
I think I also, and I've said this before. I think I'm still, auditioning in the room for serious parts is very new to me.
Yeah.
In the room comedic shit, I've booked. You know what I'm saying? Like a random part on like a random sitcom, little shit here and there because you can fuck around, you can improv. You know, like in the room serious is a little difficult for me because I almost feel like I need a second to really process.
I'm still laughing. Sorry. That shit threw me off. So, I can't move past it. It's just the face got me. It's so hard for me to take you seriously right now. I gotta get these giggles out, dude.
Dog, keep them going, dog. Keep them going.
Oh my God. I just picture you doing that in a legitimate audition. And it just fucking kills me. So can you ground it? Got it?
Okay. Okay.
Why am I not fucking? Everybody had to change their whole opinion about you now. It's like, that's why he's not booking, dude.
Okay, your mom just died. Hey, man.
It's like, you just found out that your mom just died. You and me going to,
oh, shit.
Let me tell you this. So there's this guy that I don't follow, but my buddy follows. Is an actor person that he knows. They're not friends.
Yeah.
But he's fucking crazy. Like, and he always posts his auditions after he auditions or whatever, which they specifically tell him not to release anything in public. And he keeps putting it up on his stories.
The fuck?
And so there was this one audition that he put up. And there's multiple versions of this. I'm just gonna tell you two of them. One of them, he's supposed to be like a homeless guy.
Okay.
For some fucking reason, he's shirtless in his taping.
Okay.
And he pulls down his pants and you can see the top of his pubes.
What? Okay.
And it's the worst overacting you've ever seen in your life. And he's been doing this for like years. And this is how long we've been following his story. It's so fucking funny because I think he's going to be a murderer.
Yeah.
He does his audition where he comes out, and this whole story, the way it breaks down is funny because you're just seeing like clips. And he goes, hey, just came out from this audition. When I go into a role, I really get into my character. It was for a werewolf. And he starts like showing what he's doing. And it's like the most overacting of all time.
Yeah.
And then the slides go, and you can see like his confidence slowly start to go down.
Okay.
On the last slide, he goes, I think I should have just audition regularly because I don't think they're gonna call me back now.
And he posted all his audition shits too?
So this fool, he said that when he went into the audition, he comes in, and as he's telling what he's doing, I think he starts to realize how stupid it is.
Yeah.
Because he's telling it and the confidence is dropping as he's telling what he did for the audition. So he says that he goes into the audition, it's for a werewolf.
Yeah.
He comes in, starts like fucking growling and starts transforming into a werewolf.
My God.
Before they give him a cue, and he goes, I'm so into it. They're asking me for my name. I'm not giving it to them. I'm just still in my mode. But he's saying it, and you could tell he's not getting his voice is getting lower and lower. The last slide, he goes, I think I fucked that up. He goes, I think I fucked it up.
Hey man, you never know, bro. Some people have those stories where they're like, I went in fucking full Gundam outfit. And the director was like, there's our guy. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
He has told so many funny fucking moments of his audition stories, and it's just like, dude, there's no way you're gonna book, man.
Right.
Like, you're not even taking cues. They're giving you cues, and you're still growling like a fucking rabid dog.
Butt naked.
Yeah, it's like the fucking wildest things. I told the story on my podcast. He's so fucking weird. True fucking story. I would post it, but he's gonna know, and I think he'll fucking kill me. I think he's like a sociopath.
Okay.
He says he's gonna read a letter to us from his old self when he was out in Ghana.
Okay.
Right? About his dreams. And he starts reading it out loud. Let's call him Peter.
Okay.
He goes, Dear Peter, I know you have untapped talent and you're gonna make it one day. I'm talking about this letter from Ghana that he wrote to himself, that he said that it got sent to him from Ghana, that he told somebody to send it to him in a few years. First of all, the stamp was American. Second of all, the envelope, brand fucking new. Not a single crease in it.
Hilarious.
Right? He opens up the paper, he starts reading it, right? He forgets that when light shines through a piece of paper, we can tell it's a blank sheet.
Oh God.
It's a blank sheet, and he's faking reading an old letter to himself.
And this was something he posted somewhere?
On his Instagram stories, saying, Dear Peter, one day you're gonna fucking make it. And I'm crying laughing. I was like, you're a crazy person, dude. And he really, it would be funny if it was like a parody, but it's real life. He thinks that he's doing something.
Bruh, have you ever seen this guy who was trying to manifest that he was gonna go on Ellen as a guest? So what he did, bro, it's so weird. He spent his money and recreated the Ellen set and then like hired fake audience members and hired an Ellen impersonator to like introduce him as a guest. And he comes out, he's like, Ellen, I can't believe you had me on your show. And he did all this to fucking manifest it. It's so strange, bro. I gotta show it to you. It's so weird.
Is it a real person?
It's a real person. It's a guy that made a YouTube video. It's pretty fucking weird, dog.
Dude, this guy and that guy could be best friends.
Yeah, it's similar vibes for sure. You know what I'd like to do? Oh, okay, let me, damn it, I can't find it. Well, I'll show you after. Maybe I'll find it after we get done with this session and I'll send it to Robyn Couch to plug in. But remember we both auditioned for that Joe Coy, that Easter movie?
Oh, yeah.
Now that I think of it, I'm like, I should have had you send me your tape so we could like just see how we both approach that character. I thought that would be interesting.
I can't even remember what the character was.
He was supposed to be like a douchey dude that like wore tracksuits and like he was like a hustler, but also he was like kind of creepy. I forget, something like that.
Either way, that movie was terrible.
I didn't see it.
It was fucking terrible.
Well, you know, we all got some stinkers under our belt. You know what I'm saying?
That one's a pooper, dude. That movie was not good at all.
My goal is to write our movie before the end of the year and get a little table read together.
I'm going to not hold my breath because I would have suffocated years ago. You, my friend, are never going to make it.
Thanks for that motivation, brother. That's exactly what I needed. There's been too much positive affirmations in my life. I need fucking haters like in the beginning, brother. That's what I fucking needed, dog. Thank you.
I want to see you audition for your own movie now. Tim, can you ground yourself just a little bit? I wrote it. I wrote it. I
like-
know what I want the character to be like.
Everybody at the table read is like, Tim, you are terrible. We're going to kick you out of your own movie. Imagine.
We're going to recast you with Jason Chen.
Now it's a musical.
Now it's a musical of stolen content. Shout out to Jason Chen.
Shout out to Jason Chen. That's your boy. That's your boy.
I love that guy. He's fucking funny as shit. Just not his videos.
Don't trip, dog. Don't trip. Oh, trust me, daddy. I'm going to deliver this shit to you like a fucking Christmas present. Blow. Script. We going to do this shit, brother.
First scene is you crying.
That's how it opens up.
Yeah. That'd be such a funny inside joke. In the reviews, they're like, terrible overacting in the beginning. We don't understand why that was a director's choice. It's like, no, it was a specific choice.
You know what we can do? Oh, no, we'll figure something out. We still got to do that. Luckily, we can still do that Game of Thrones sketch too because there's a lot more Game of Thrones spinoffs coming, and my outfit that I bought for you is literally still wrapped in plastic. So,
Are you gonna have emotional scenes in this movie?
yeah, we specifically have like a nice little argument, you and me.
Where we fight?
Oh, yeah, guns. We both pull guns out of nowhere. No, we have a little argument. You know, there's got to be a little something. Nothing crazy. We're not crying and shit, you know, but you know, yeah, it's just guns.
It's like this. No words.
And then we knife and guns. We're just like this. Just standoff. Bazookas, yeah.
Like grenades.
The tentacles.
This is the worst movie. This is a Bollywood movie now.
Yeah, there's some shit in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing you a little love interest, and we got a little argument, and you know, little resolution, little climax, little denouement. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I have a gay scene. I love you. Penises so much.
You're not completely wrong.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think I could do a gay scene.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a good enough actor to get into that mode without laughing my ass off. It's just such a funny thought to me.
I think you asked me this a long time ago if I could do it, and you know, I don't know how, like, yeah, I don't know if it was like full out like make out scene. I don't know if I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I try to take the acting real seriously. But if it was like on some like dude from Moonlight, like. The one that played, he was also in Equalizer 2.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, Mr. McCall. Yeah, I don't know, Mr. McCall.
Hey, you want to talk about overacting, huh?
It's just his mouth in certain scenes.
Hey, Mr. McCall.
Mr. McCall. Why me? Why me, Mr. McCall? But he kills it in Moonlight, right?
Yeah,
and
he didn't have much lines. He didn't have to say anything.
But when they're making out on the beach, I just remember thinking, like, man, I don't know if I would be like comfortable with this. You know, like I don't know if I could do it.
That was the thing that everybody was like imitating.
Well, we'll bring him on the podcast and we'll ask him his motivation.
He had a really cool moment with Denzel. He's like, we're gonna work together one day. Did you see that?
No.
So they were. It was like an interview, and then Denzel was walking by. He was like, "Oh, he's like, man, he's like, we're gonna be on a movie together one day." And then Denzel, he was like, "Well, I'll see you at work."
That's amazing.
And the next thing he booked was with Equalizer.
That's fire.
Isn't that fucking nuts?
I have a story like that with Big Boys Radio. When I was in high school, my junior year, freshman year, I called up and during the commercial break to just request a song, and then fucking Big Boy picked up. And I was like, he was like, Big Boy's Neighborhood. I was like, this Big Boy? He's like, yeah. I was like, what's up, man? I didn't know you answered the phones. He's like, yeah, here I am. I was like, oh, okay, well, man, just to let you know, hey, I'm gonna be on the Neighborhood one day. You're gonna interview me. He was like, oh, you know what? Every time someone says that, I believe them. I was like, so, right?
What?
And then I tell people the same shit. Whenever people tell me like, yo, we're gonna work together one day, I'm like, oh, bro, I believe you, because of what Big Boy said to me. And then years later, when I was doing promo with Nick Cannon for Wild 'N Out, we did Big Boy's Neighborhood, and I told that story, and I was like, oh, Look at God. Look at the universe, brother.
People was like, one day I'm gonna be in a video with you. I'm like, no, you're not. I was like, you need to set your sights higher, dude. What's wrong with you?
I tell them I believe them. I didn't tell them in what capacity. Maybe you're in the background. Maybe you're an extra tying my shoes.
It's always trippy because like I have done videos with people who eventually became online personalities themselves, and they always tell you the thing. There's like, yo, we watched you growing up. Like I wanted to do what you did. Like you inspired me a lot. And that's actually my next podcast that's going to drop. It's a girl. Her name is Tatiana Gucci. She became a stand-up comic.
Fire name, by the way.
Yeah, half Japanese, half black girl. Yeah, she became a stand. I met her. We vibed. She was super fun to be around. I was like, look, if you got anything you want to promote, come on to my podcast. And so she dropped the podcast. She texted me. She goes, can I come on? I was like, yeah, of course. I said I would. I'm a man of my word. And it's just trippy to see that she has like a good following, maybe like 80,000 or 100,000 followers or whatever. She's doing her thing. She's living her life. And it all stemmed from like watching our videos growing up. And that always trips me out.
Yeah, man. You'd be surprised how much inspiration people can get from seeing somebody making something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of the YouTubers, even most social media people, we kind of have a very similar story. Hey, man, I didn't know shit would pop off. I just wanted to make people laugh. I wanted to make a career out of something. I kept doing it. Grinding my way up, and then people are like, dude, I want to fucking do this shit. So they do it as well. And I think a lot of it, is like, it sounds corny when you say manifestation, but I feel like it's dedication. You know what I'm saying? It's like you really gotta be you gotta want it, you gotta be willing to be persistent.
And I'm like and I also like meeting people like that because it's a good reminder that you still have to work hard, even though you've had everything that you wanted. It's like all this stuff can disappear. And even for me now, like I'm working hard, but it's not in entertainment anymore, right? Which, when people are like, I got to talk to a couple of friends recently and they're like, like, do you ever feel weird that you're not getting like the views that you used to get or whatever? I was like, it's a little different for me because that was never a goal. So I just want to do what I want to do. But in that kind of aspect, that got me to think, it's like, but at the same time, I'm not working that hard like I used to. Like
Right.
it was our whole lives, sitting there writing new things all the time. Like you couldn't peel me away from my computer. Like I was doing that. And so I'm not saying I want to go back to that because there's a price to pay for that type of shit too, right?
For sure, yeah.
Like your family, friends, everything goes to the wayside.
Definitely, yeah.
But like, I do understand, like when I see the young people, it's like, yeah, you got to do what we did when we were younger. If you're not doing that, it's going to be really hard to be successful.
You gotta grind it out, man.
And they're doing it. They're like, I went to like years ago, it was like a TikTok event type of thing, just because I want to know what TikTok was about. It wasn't my vibe, but these kids they have two phones.
I know. One for content, one for, life. Yeah.
I'm tripping the fuck out. And they're just, and I literally heard their conversations of, hey, what's hot right now? Like should we do this? Should we do this trend? So their brainstorming thing isn't about creation. It's about how can I get people to watch this at all times?
TikTok's all about writing that algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that is fucking stressful as shit.
Yeah. I mean, look, I early YouTube days, I did something similar, but it wasn't as constant as TikTok, right? Because it would be like one of the easiest ways to get some views was, of course, like, yo, what's a popular topic? Because we were ranting, right? What's a popular topic to fucking rant about? What's the latest news shit? And I would always tell people, yeah, it's easy to fucking ride a trend or a popular topic and get that boost of views. But if your content or your personality or whatever you're doing doesn't stick out, no one's gonna come back. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're gonna click on that headline because they want to hear about Rihanna's nudes or whatever, right? But if you're not bringing anything new to the table, nobody's gonna click that subscribe button or that follow button and keep returning to you.
There was two people when I started off, when I was getting a lot of traction. There was one dude. He was like, I think he was Mexican or he was some type of Hispanic dude, but he literally stole every one of my videos and just re-recorded it with his own words. Every single one. And he was gaining traction.
That's crazy.
And then I found out because fans started saying it. He goes, hey, this guy's literally stealing every one of your videos, just changing like, if I would talk about my Asian, he would say his whatever parents.
That's crazy.
And it fucking infuriated me, dude.
Yeah.
It made me so, I just wrote on all of his stuff, and he eventually took all his videos down because everybody started, that's when you can see the thumbs down videos.
Dang.
And his videos went from like all like positive likes to all thumbs down. Like, you're a fucking thief, blah, 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 blah. But what pissed me off was that he still had some hardcore fans for whatever, how many months he was doing it. And they're like, what's the problem? Like, he's making people laugh. Who cares if it's stolen? I'm like, that's everything. That's my living. That's my livelihood.
Yeah.
Like, you're not there trying to make these videos. He's waiting for the whole thing to be done and saying, I did it too.
That's crazy.
That's infuriating that somebody would say that shit. It's like, how do you not know? How do you not know that this is wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's when it clicked in my head where it's like, oh, most people don't care about that shit if they don't have talent themselves. They just want what you have without working for it.
And nowadays, man, it's all about it's the kids care more about just the views than anything else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to generalize. Look, it's probably a lot of
handful of them,
funny content creators who make good shit, make funny shit, who are doing their own thing, right? But there's a lot of people out there who only want, quote unquote, the clout, only want views, only want clicks. They don't care if the shit's unoriginal. They don't care if they're copying. They literally, I mean, I've watched YouTube videos where it's like people getting called out for literally not only stealing content and like recreating a video that someone else did, like whether it be like a lifestyle or a challenge or some shit like that, but they'll literally remake the whole thumbnail to look exactly like the original video, just like change the face, you know what I'm saying? Like rip off everything, title, thumbnail, content. It's crazy.
They
out
have
here.
a version of that, like an Indian Mr. Beast. And they just do it's the same thing. Same thumbnail, everything.
That's crazy.
Which is kind of insane. And I wish like people really would defend the idea of like stolen content. And by the way, there's inspired content and stolen. Those are two different things. Like if I did a video and I was like, I did a rant on like, I don't know, like Donald Trump become president or whatever. That's not original. Right? Anybody could do their own rant of it, like their own version, their own flavor. Now, if somebody copied the exact words and punchlines and they said it as if it was their own, then that's probably plagiarizing, right?
Yes. I think a lot of people don't understand the difference. One time I did a YouTube sketch where it was like a catfish parody. And, normally people get catfish. They're looking at a picture of like a hot girl and then they meet the actual person and, she might not be attractive. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing, catfish, right? My whole shit was I was really trying to meet a big, voluptuous girl. And when I met the real girl, she was skinny and I was pissed. Melvin Gregg, Viner, he did a similar Vine and everyone was tagging me, like saying like he copied. I'm like, no, it's not a difficult punchline to think of.
People that we talk about it all the time.
It's just, it's like if you're kind of funny, it's like an easy joke to think of. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about your interpretation and how you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like those are the ones where it's like, oh, that's a generality. Like I've made jokes too where they're like, oh, it was on JK News, right? And then I forgot what joke it was, but it was something about, parents don't really give a shit about you or whatever. And it sounded similar to like a Patrice O'Neal stand-up bit.
Okay.
But I'm like, that's not unique to him though. That's like a throwaway joke.
Yeah.
Right? And like, you stole his joke. It's like, there's there's so many people who have made that joke.
Right.
And it's just in conversation. Like we're not, and it wasn't even a big laugh. Right? So it's like, why would that be a stolen thing?
I think people that don't do it, they hear anything slightly similar, they're like, and they think you're the first person to ever say that my mom told me to clean my room.
So we're like, you should go after people who are literally stealing, like when the Amy Schumer thing happened, right? Like those are like stolen bit for bit performance, everything.
Yeah, it's hard to defend some of it, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think that's the stuff. But if you do like general jokes about like, I don't know, like, oh, I hate it when my mom used to beat me up because I didn't do my homework.
Yeah.
How many people have done that joke?
Yeah, man.
It's just like your twist and your variation on it. So what the fuck ever, guys.
What the fuck ever. Thank you for listening and watching us. Make sure you don't listen to any other podcasters because they're copying everything we say and do, all right?
Yeah, dude. We're the first people to ever eat food.
On microphones. That's right, motherfucker. Thank you for watching. We love you. Take care of yourself. When does this drop? This one will drop. I'm trying to see if I should say Happy Thanksgiving or not. The first one will drop on this day. So yeah, Happy Thanksgiving, guys. It's the 25th. Hey.
Love you very much. We're not doing a tour anymore.
Yep. Yeah, and we're dropping some merch. Maybe. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, it's the dudes behind the food. Dudes.